Hello, everyone. It's Sports for Marshall today. Now, I know I should have done this today based on the shirt I'm wearing, but I will at some point this week, maybe even today if I have time. I gotta go pick up my mom from the airport. Me and my dad are doing that. It's some private family stuff that's happening right now. I'm not ready to share that yet, but yeah. Don't worry. It's nothing like, well, it's nothing like abusive. I'll put it like that. Sorry, just throwing that out there. But at some point this week, I will be wearing. Oh, I am wearing this. Oh, at some point this week, I will be doing a halfway recap for the NASCAR Cup Series and maybe extending trucks. We'll see. I might do all of them. I don't know. We'll see. But it's the halfway point of the NASCAR season, at least the points pain races. Yeah. Anyways, let's do this. But today we're gonna do NFL power rankings. Let's do this. So these logos are a little different. Some of them are a little different, but I think it's more the modernized version of the logo. So yeah, anyways, let's do this. Without further ado, let's get started. No, it's not Tuesday, but hey, it's never too late, never too early or too late to do this. Yeah. Anyways, let's do this. Starting off, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I'm sorry. They're looking terrible. I'm sorry. It's not even their fault. It's not even in their control, I would say. Because Kyler Murray's injured. That's just a situation that sucks. Falcons, they did get Tyler Heineke as a backup QB, could be the starting Desmond Ridder, ends up not being good. They do have a crap ton of running backs. They have CP, yeah, Cordell Patterson, Tyler Algier, and Bijan Robinson. I know if you talk to my boy Waffles, he does not appreciate the Falcons picking Bijan, but I'll give Falcons. I don't know. It's just they do have good talent. I'll give him C tier. I'll be nice to know. I thought about putting D tier. Ravens are actually looking pretty good in season. Um, they got OBJ. Heard rumors they could get Antonio Brown. Don't do that though. Please don't do that. Maybe talented, but it's a terrible mindset. But he's mental. He's literally mentally insane. But so don't get Antonio Brown. They got Lamar Jackson back on the big contract. Even with some struggles trying to renegotiate that, like Jackson even wanted to leave at one point. But he's back for another 5 years. Who knows? He might get traded in the coming years. I'll put him in A tier because they do have a pretty good lineup. I think they'll be up there in the best teams this year. I don't think they'll be the best AFC North team, but they'll be up there. Bills, they haven't really changed much. I mean, they got Dalton Kincaid from the draft, who's a good pick. He'll work good with I think it's Dawson Knox is the other one. They have Josh Allen, great QB. But I'll put Bills. I'll put them. I'll put them above the Ravens, even though based on my schedule predictions they're gonna be good. But for my schedule predictions, they won't win. They won't go to the playoffs, but who knows? Panthers, yeah, they got Bryce Young and they got Adam Thielen, but and they got a new head coach, which is that's not bad. But I, I just never thought the Panthers have been the same since 2018 when they made the playoffs last time. I'll put them in C tier behind the Falcons. Bears are looking pretty good. They got a lot of young talent off the draft. They got uh DJ Moore now after trading the first round pick. The first pick, actually, like the first pick. I'll put him in B tier. Because I think they're gonna be pretty good next season. Bengals, Bengals, I know they lost some D linemen. I get it, but they're still really good. I will put them in the top of A tier, but I'm close just because they lost a lot of players over the off season. But I think they're still be really good next year. They might be the best AFC team, although it's said every year they've been great, but they haven't been the best AFC team for statistics. Browns. I don't know. This one's hard. Browns, they're just C tier. Deshaun should improve a bit, but should hopefully for the Browns he can improve. But at the same time, it's just it's not as bad as it used to be. I'll put it like that, but it's not great. But I'm actually going to both these team stadiums, and I'm actually going to see an Atlanta stadium very soon, in a couple of days actually, and Browns, yeah, stadium in Cleveland a couple of weeks. By the way, I don't know if I've probably said this already, but I am going to the Atlanta race this weekend, both of them. So yeah, Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys. I'll put A tier. I know they have Zeke Elliott. They he did get released, but he could come back. I mean, he's a good running back. I think he's a bit overrated in my opinion, but I'm saying that as someone who likes the Cowboys. My uncle's a diehard fan. Uh, and that's I guess is my local team. Not my favorite team, but my local team. But Dallas, they still have a good coaching staff and all that. So yeah, I think they'll be good next season. They got a Tony Pollard, and they got I'd say probably still the draft Deuce Vaughn. So yeah. Hello. All right, boys. So ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Okay. My bad. But Cowboys A tier. Broncos look a lot better. They have actual coach. They have an actual coach this time. And Sean Payton. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Saints fan. I'm saying that because he literally won a Super Bowl. I know it was a long time ago, but still, if he can develop the same, like a very similar chemistry, maybe even the same or even better chemistry of Russell Wilson, oh, they're gonna be dangerous. Just maybe it wasn't Nathaniel Hackett. That was the answer. But they're not good this year, and that's where I start to raise my concerns. But Broncos, I'll put in B tier. I'll put them behind the Bears just because I think the Bears look a little better. Yeah. Detroit Lions, Detroit, man, this is gonna be an underrated team. Honestly, I didn't even consider them. They're my Super Bowl pick. I don't know if they'll win. I think it's either them or the Jags, but Lions, they got some new players. Honestly, I'm hovering over there, but I'll put them in A. I'll put them in A behind the Bengals for now, but they're gonna be the best. I think they're gonna be the best NFC North team. Yeah, they'll be the best NFC North team. Packers, oh, it's just gonna be a rebuild, man. I hate to say it. Jordan Love, I think, will be a good QB. It's just a matter of time. I mean, he's been behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years now. So this is kind of his rookie, theoretically, kind of his rookie year. It's really for his true first year as an NFL player. Because Aaron Rodgers is gone, he took a lot of his friends with him. I think it's just gonna be rebuild. I'm gonna put him in D tier just because I'm sorry, Tom Rossi. And I'm sorry, if my great grandfather's watching this right now. Who's a big Packers fan as well. But I just don't think the Packers are gonna be great. It's gonna be rebuild though. I think they'll eventually be really good again, but it's just rebuild. Texans actually got some good changes. They got some new players like Devin Singletary, Dalton Schultz, who I think is an underrated tight end. They came from the other Texas team, Dallas Cowboys, which honestly I kind of want him. Dalton Schultz. Hey, we got Foster Moreau. I'll take it. Plus, he's an LSU player, so go Tigers. And he knows Derek Carr already. But Houston, I'll give them C tier. I'll put them above the Browns. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Because honestly, I don't think they're not going to be as bad as they were last season. I don't think they'll be great. I don't think they'll be good, but they'll be mediocre, I think. I think 8 and 9 is probably what they're going to do next year. Colts, they got a better coach in Shane Steichen. Thing I'm a little concerned about the Panthers, all right. Frank Reich really got fired from the Colts, not that little last year, so that's what I'm concerned. But Colts, this is the Colts, by the way. I had to search it up. I'm sorry. But Frank Reich's their coach. Colts, I think they'll be mediocre too. I think 9 and 8 or 8 and 9. I think they'll be solid because they do have Jonathan Taylor, who's really good. Arguably might be the best running back in the NFL. But I'll put him above the Texans, but C tier. Although their quarterback, I don't know if he's going to be that good. Anthony Richardson. I think Stroud will be solid, but I don't know about. I'm just not sold Anthony Richardson yet. But I think they'll be pretty good though. Still, because the team around him will be great. Like, well, I think they have Paris Johnson, or he might have. I don't know. I forgot. I think or Paris Jr. Paris. I forgot. Someone named Paris, or in New York, or heck, maybe end up in Paris. Imagine. Jacksonville. Jacksonville, honestly, I'm hovering around there. I think they're going to be the best AFC team next year. They're going to make the Super Bowl. I think. Yeah, I'll put them up. I'll put them. Honestly, I'm hovering around there, but I will put them in S tier because they do have Calvin Ridley now. It's going to be off of suspension, and Trevor Lawrence is starting to exceed. And they just got a great team around him. I think Christian Kirk, he's a bit overrated in my opinion. I think he'll get better. Jacksonville's just got lots of hope in front of them. Plus, they're getting their stadium pretty much rebuilt, and they might move out to Daytona, so that's pretty cool, at least temporarily. Yeah, Kansas City. When did I not? They're S tier. I'm so I know they lost like Juju, but like at the same time, Andy Reid finds a way. He's like the Nick Saban of the NFL, except I like Andy Reid better than Nick Saban. Well, at least right now, Nick Saban was at LSU a long time ago, but now he's Alabama coach and he betrayed us. You know. S tier for Chiefs. It's kind of hard not to put them number one, but yeah. Raiders, mainly because Andy Reid just finds a way. Okay, sorry, Raiders. The Raiders from Las Vegas. They got Jimmy Garoppolo. They did lose Derek Carr and Foster Moreau to the Saints. You got Devontae Adams. I will put him. Oh, I don't know. I'll put him at C tier. No, not that. What is this thing getting aggravating me? I'll put him at C tier above. Actually, no. I'll put him in the middle of the Colts and the Texans because I think they do. Jimmy Garoppolo's underrated QB and he's leading to the Super Bowl. He's a B tier QB in my opinion. People think he's like a C tier or D tier, but I think he's a B tier quarterback in my opinion. But Jimmy G, I think him and Devontae can develop a chemistry and they'll be good. I feel like they got another great player. I keep forgetting. And then Hunter Renfro. That's not who I'm thinking of. He's pretty good though. Yeah. Now the LA Chargers, one of the LA teams here. The Chargers, they are actually looking pretty good. I think they'll be a solid team next year. I think it's be one of those teams that the record doesn't tell the whole story. I'll put them at B tier above the. Yeah, I'll put above the Bears. I know Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are aging, but or I think at least Keenan Allen, I don't know Mike Williams, but they got a lot of TCU players out of the draft. They got Quentin Johnston, yeah, who's really good at TCU. Went to national championship. Sure, they got smoked, but still had a great season. And they do have Max Duggan who was a Heisman contender. Yeah. Although I find it really ironic how Chargers drafted Duggan and the Rams drafted Stetson. Get both those guys playing the national championship against each other in their home stadiums. So one's gonna get lots of nostalgia, one's getting a lot of PTSD. Let's just put it like that. On the other LA team, the Rams. I don't know. It's just this team is aging. Stafford's starting to get up there in age. Cooper Kupp's starting to get up there too. I don't know, man. They didn't really make any moves, honestly. I'll put him in D above. I'll put him above the Packers just because they still have really good players like Aaron Donald. I just don't think that team is. I don't know. It's hard. That was a really hard one to score. Dolphins, I think they're looking good as long as they can keep Tua healthy. If he gets another concussion, that's where you might have to put him clean up the helmet. I'll put him in because they do have, but Tyreek is probably will get suspended at some point. I don't know if it'll be this season or next season. Who knows? Based on how the Alvin Kamara thing, it's taking forever. Dolphins, I'll put him at the bottom end of A tier. Actually, I'll put him above the Cowboys. I think they're gonna be good next year. Yeah, I think they'll be an underrated team next year. That's right. Yes, yeah. The Tua when he's healthy, he's really good. Vikings got away with a lot of things last season. This one's tough. I don't think they're gonna be great next season, but I do think they are still up there in the power rankings because at the end of the day, they still have Justin Jefferson. Yeah, they lost Dalvin Cook, but like they still have Justin Jefferson, who's the best player on the team right at the moment. And they also got the dude from USC. I forgot his name. I think he's from USC. They got that wide receiver out of the draft. But Justin Jefferson's always LSU player, so good Tigers. I'll put him above the Broncos, but I'll put him at B tier. They'll either be really good or really bad. That's my guess. Patriots. This one's tough. They got Juju out of KC somehow, and that Mac Jones is done much. I'm sorry. But I think they'll be all right next season. They're gonna be the weak link of the AFC North. I mean AFC East, that's for sure. I'll put them in between the Falcons and the Panthers at C tier because Bill Belichick, he had great chemistry with Tom Brady, just hasn't really found the same QB. Yeah, they made the playoffs 2021. It was technically 2022 at that point, but 2021 season. But it just hasn't been great. I don't think they'll be the worst. I just don't think they'll be great. Saints actually is looking decent. They do have Derek Carr now. And Jamal Williams, they got out. Now, call me a Saints fan. Yeah, I know all that because I'm a Saints fan. They also got Boston Rowe out of the Raiders. Yeah, so they got some good talent. I thought they'll be the best team in the the NFC North. I mean NFC South next season. How I own team wrong. Yeah, at least I didn't. Yeah, almost comfortable. Yes. Saints, I think they have an easier schedule of all the other teams, but I'll put them in B tier. I'll put them above the Broncos, but even if Sean Payton, Dennis Allen, if this year doesn't go well, that's when we start. That's when we really start doing things. Need to start doing some staffing changes. But B tier, I think that's a good place for them. Jets, oh wow, it is looking great, dude. Actually, I'll put them above the Jaguars. What else I gotta say? They got Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay. They got Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, and they also have other people like Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, Sauce Gardner. They got a 39-year-old QB, but outside that, they got a very young team, a team with a lot of potential. They had a lot of potential last year, and then Zach Wilson kind of ruined it all. But that team's gonna be lights out next year. That's my guess. They're an S tier. That team's gonna be really good. Yeah, or they'll be a bust. Who knows? It's kind of like Super Bowl or bust at this point. They got a lot of really, really good players. Also, I think they got some. I forgot who. I think it was McCole Hardman they got out of KC. Yeah, the other New York team is actually looking pretty good too. They got some more wide receivers. The Giants, they're looking very good. I think a lot of people are thinking it was just a one-off last season, but I think they're in for the long haul. I'll put them around. I'll put them at the top of B tier because I think they'll be good. Brian Dable basically saved the team. Let's be honest, he saved the team because that team was an HE double hockey stick before he came. Yeah. Look, there's a reason why Brian Dable got Coach of the Year. So what do I know? I'm recording this like 3 hours after. You saw like nothing's happening, but I had to go somewhere and come back. So yeah, I'm actually filming this 3 hours after I started. Yeah. Anyways, this is Eagles. Eagles, they did lose some people. They did lose Miles Sanders to the freaking Panthers of all people. Or of all teams. Sorry. I got that wrong. All right, but Eagles, they still have like what's his face? Well, they just got DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny. They're a really good team. They're an S tier. I'll put them above Jacksonville, actually. They're looking like the best. I think they'll be good next year. I don't think they'll be as good, but I think they'll still be pretty good. Yeah. Steelers they're actually looking solid. They got Kenny Pickett, who I think will actually do solid this year. I think we'll see to at least the B tier QB. So that, yeah, but Kenny, I mean, he's got like, what's his face? George Pickens. I think there's some other guy I'm thinking of. I forgot. He also got what's his face? Joe Porter Jr. I mean Joey Porter Jr. Sorry, I'm thinking of the other Joe Porter, the one that screwed up, that almost got his copyright striked. But Steelers, they're looking pretty good. I'll put them at. I'll put my B tier in front of the Saints. Yeah, San Francisco is looking very good. They don't really need to change a thing. Only thing that I'm a little resistant putting them S tier is that Brock Purdy and Trey Lance are still healing. I think Brock Purdy will be starting QB. I think Trey Lance will be traded or released mid-season. During the season, at least. I think I'm gonna put San Francisco. I'll put them in S. I'll just put them at the bottom end. Yeah, they didn't really make any huge moves, but their team is good as it is. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'll put the 49ers up there just because they have a very good team. Yeah, I know D'Amico Ryans isn't there anymore, but they somehow just found a way. Yeah, I think they'll be the best NFC team next year. Yeah. For Seattle, Seattle's looking solid. I think they'll have a better season. I think they had a pretty good season. They actually had a decent season last season. They actually very much exceed expectations considering Russell Wilson left. They have freaking Geno Smith starting QB, and there's Drew Lock, which wasn't really much at the time, but then Geno said they're pretty good for himself, and he got quarterback or comeback player of the year. So I'm happy for the Seahawks. I'll put I'll put them in. I'll put them behind the Cowboys. So I think they're looking pretty good. Plus, they got Bobby Wagner back. I think who it was. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I guess your stint with the Rams wasn't good. That Rams organization starting it. Buccaneers. I'm sorry. They are in complete rebuild mode. They were not good even with Tom Brady last year. They are way down. I'm sorry. I'm not saying this just because I am an NFC South. My favorite team's the NFC South, but F tier. They are not looking good. Well, I said the same about the Seahawks last season, and they didn't exceed my expectations. So, yeah. Sorry, my dog was barking at the TV, so yeah, and then he tried to come stalk me, but that's okay. I love him. Yeah. Anyways, next up, where was that? Yes, yeah. Next, or next shows the Buccaneers. Buccaneers, they have Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. I do think Mayfield still has potential to be a good QB, but it really hasn't gone really uphill since he left. It's kind of gone downhill since he left the Browns. I'll put it that way. And just I mean he did fine. He did the job for the interim QB as the for Rams, yeah. But overall, it just wasn't a great season last season. And Kyle Trask is not much of an upgrade. It's not really not much. No, he's not an upgrade. It's a downgrade from making me feel Kyle Trask. He's all right. I mean, I don't know if he's even that good, but who knows? He did make a lot of mistakes when he was at college. Still, he was at Florida. Yeah. Anyways, let's do this. Tennessee Titans. If they do get DeAndre, I will put him in C. But for now, the quarterback situation's gone crazy. Yeah, it's weird because Ryan Tannehill, who's all right, he's solid. He'll do the job. They want to get rid of him pretty much from what everyone can tell at this point. He'll probably get released midseason. And they got Malik Willis, who I don't know if he's even that good. I think Josh Dobbs left the team. And then you have Will Levis, who even knows about Will Levis. The only thing I can say is why do you put mayo in your coffee? Why do you eat bananas? Titans, it's just not looking good. I'm sorry. I think they'll be better than the Rams and the Packers, but it's just I don't know if they do get DeAndre Hopkins though, then I'll put him in C tier. It's just not looking good. I don't feel great. Commanders, oh, they were the definition of mid last year. 8-1. Somehow got a 500 record, even in today's NFL, where there's an odd number of games where there's 17 games played. And they somehow found a way to go 500. I mean, it's not a bad season by any means. And it's not a very good season by I mean, they were in the playoff at one point then. Yeah. I think the big win is just Dan Snyder's going away. That's good. I'll put him in C tier. They're kind of tough to score. They do have Sam Howell, who I think has a lot of potential. And if he doesn't work out, Jacoby's there. Jacoby Brissett, who actually did solid as the interim QB for the Browns, ironically. The interim, considering the QB that just dropped was an interim QB for another team. Yeah. So basically, here, let me double check the power ranking and see if I want to put anyone ahead. Actually, I'll put Giants to A tier. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah. I think either one of these teams are going to get the first pick. Buccaneers or Cardinals, it could be for the Buccaneers, depending on how Baker Mayfield is. Or Kyle Trask. It's not going to be the Cardinals unless they get recovery somehow. You got Colt McCoy, who knows what he can do. And David Blau and Jeff Driscoll, I guess. I think that's it. And what's his face? Clayton Tune, who might actually mind going out there and starting. He might be surprised. He knows. So yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my power rankings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Comment down below. Anyways, y'all, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We only got like 3 subscribers or 4, I don't know. It's not very much, but please subscribe. I'm trying to grow all these channels too at the same time, growing Marcel 7, the main channel, which has 324, I think, at the moment subscribers. We have, I think we have like 4. Hey, gotta start somewhere. Anyways, y'all, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See y'all next one. Peace.